Hey guys, Finlox here, back with our blind playthrough of Riven. So last time we left the Moeti world, we got back to Riven, I guess. Since we had read Catherine's journal, we got the code to the Starfisher, to that metal ice cream cone thing. Went there, played with that, opened the thing, and I don't know what you do with that. Um, Went to the top of the Great Golden Dome, saw that puzzle, tried playing with that, don't know what that does. I mean, it's I I would assume that thing powers the the books so that you can open them, but in the fire marble domes, but I have no idea. And then we tried to decipher the coded access system to get into those domes themselves, but and I thought we had it, but I was unsuccessful. So now, unfortunately, it is hint book time. The time is now. Where? Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, hang on. Okay, opening the fire marble dome locks, right? That's where we left. Opening a fire marble dome with its kinetoscope isn't enough. When you stop the rotation, open the outer dome, you're still faced with a lock. 5 vertical sliders that must be moved along a horizontal scale to specific positions. Learning what the positions are is one of the major puzzles of the game. The horizontal scale looks like a ruler, laid out in 5 groups of 5. The domes were built by Gehn. Where might he have left a note for himself, a reminder of the combination? Right, I guess. By now you should have learned the first 10 numerals of the Rivenese numbering system. By now, too, you should have seen Gehn's lab journal and searched through it carefully. Is there anything in Gehn's lab journal that looks like a string of several numbers? Might that be the code? Slider scale enables you to enter numbers as high as 25. Unfortunately, you only know the first 10 numbers. Some of the numbers in Gehn's journal may be higher than 10. Can you take what you know of the Rivenese numbering system and extrapolate what the rest of the numbers look like? Enough at least for you to take a guess what the numbers in the journal are. Well, I know, and I mean, is it possible that I'm wrong about my stuff? Oh, maybe. Actually, hang on. Okay, so let's take a look at this, right? Um, right, so... So 1 through 5. 1 is the vertical line. 5 is the horizontal. Okay. Then after that, 6 through 9 all have a horizontal line, or I should say 5 through 9. You're including 0 as just presumably the empty block, the empty square, right? Right, so 1, then you get to 5, which is just, it turns sideways, right? So 2, 2, 2. 2, then to get 10, you turn sideways, right? So presumably... So then the 3 might actually be 15. Okay, that would actually make more sense in this case. So then that would still be 12. It would still be 2, 12, 13. But then that would be... The 3 rotated would in fact be 15, I think. Right, and so you're probably looking at 15 plus 2, which is 17? Hang on. I don't have enough space. Oh, hang on, I do have a little bookmark thingy right here, kind of. Okay, boom. Because I was assuming, see, I'm being dumb, because I'm like, oh, sets of 10. And I mean, I noticed it was like everything was 5s, but they don't put 0 in there. It's not like a concept. Okay, so this is probably, let's cross that out. 15 plus 2 equals 17 question mark. And then if that's the case, 4 rotated would be not 30, but 20. Okay, let's try this. All right, so 20. 17. 5, 10, 15, 17. Okay. And then 13 is here, 12, and then 2. So is this 1? See, that's what's interesting too, is there is no, it doesn't appear like there is a 0, which, so, to be fair, I mean, I don't know my math history very well, but I remember that 0 is a revolutionary concept. Like it was amazing. It was back when the, you know, Muslims and Islam were actually like a world power before the, they, you know, the Islamic world was actually the, like, sort of the center of the academic world back before, I don't know, at some point they had a, not totalitarian, theocratic. All of a sudden they became like a theocratic authoritarian regime or something like that, and just like deeply, what's the word for like religious? I don't remember this. I'll remember it later, but yeah, they've been like, they went like hardcore religious, and so yeah, after that, so this is probably 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just, okay. I guess you hit the button, and if it's incorrect, it resets it. So probably that looks like 2. It's hard to see, but I think that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Oh, I saw it do that, and I'm like, ah, crap. Oh, it traps you in the dome. Yeah, this feels really ominous. Well, so 2 questions. What, I assume that is to get out. Alright, let's... I feel kind of good about sort of deciphering the language, even though I was on the right track, and then I was on the wrong track, and then the hints put me on the right track again, so okay. Let's see. Tip, Rivenese numerals derived from the counting system of Lost Denis are base 5. Instead of counting by 10s, a Rivenese would count by 5s. 5 is written as 1 rotated 90-degree counterclockwise, 10 is a rotated 2, 15 is a rotated 3, and 20 is a rotated 4. Other numerals are created by combining symbols, which, see, that's pretty genius, I think, that they did that. 8 is a combination of the symbols for 5 and 3, 16 is 15 and 1. The only wild card in the series is 25, which looks like an X in a box. Fortunately, you won't have to figure out numbers higher than 25. Okay. Once you think you have the sequence, move each slider to the appropriate position on the scale and press the button. If you've worked out the numbers correctly, the inner portion of the dome will open, giving you access to the linking book. Unfortunately, you're still not home free. The book is open, but it needs power, lots of power. Power to all of the Fire Mobile Dome linking books in Riven comes from one place. You need to solve a final puzzle to figure out how to turn on the power. So this won't actually... Oh, interesting. Is this... Hang on. Where did I write that down? Yep, that's the one. Yeah, it's black. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to get, like, so if Gehn was... If Gehn was trapped, there's no way he'd be able to run around all the islands and set the puzzle and all that stuff. Okay, so, let's see what else. Finding the fire marble puzzle, there's one trek you must yet make in order to power up all the fire marble domes. What facility have you seen thus far in your travels that might conceivably provide a great deal of power to the fire marble domes on all of the Riven Islands? So I think I'm on the right track of that, the Great Golden Dome. And they mentioned that too. Is there a part of that facility you have not yet explored? You will need to raise a drawbridge from inside the facility. You did this when you reached the Golden Dome from Crater Island earlier. Then the path is open to the upper level of the dome from the gate room on Temple Island. Tip: you won't be prepared to solve this final puzzle unless you know or can guess what colors are associated with the different fire marble domes, and know or can guess using the 3D topological relief maps you saw on Plateau Island where on each island fire marble dome is. Some guesswork is unavoidable, unfortunately. One color is missing, and you have not yet visited one island, so you don't know precisely where the 5th fire marble dome is located. I mean, you sort of do. So, maybe... So this probably is the thing where you have to do whatever and then come down here and see if the book will power up. Okay, in the meantime, let's... Okay, solving the fire marble puzzle, we'll get there in a second. After finding the fire marble puzzle in the upper level of the Golden Dome, accessed by way of the elevator bridge from position 3 in the gate room, you could try and solve it. The puzzle consists of arrays of 25 holes in each of 25 larger squares. Yeah, let's get back there, because that's what we gotta do. And that's what's crazy is they basically make you have to guess. Alright, well, we'll just click this a couple times. Alright. Let's see. Hints. You've seen this pattern of squares before. At one time, this world was a single large island. Because Gehn's worlds don't last, at some point in the past, the original content was riven, into 5 unequal pieces. I mean, I don't think that's... I don't think riven is an actual word, and if it is... I think it comes from scrivener, which is like writing, not from... or... You know what I mean? Anyway. Okay. But even if that's the case, solving the puzzle, do you need to have all 5 dots? Because in my mind, this is like a like the old school. It's like connecting switches. You're like linking circuits together, kind of. That's what the pins are, or the dots. You put the pins in, and then the 2 halves of the machine know which is the correct, spot, and so you put the pin in, and that actually, when this combines, the pin is like the circuit connector, right? So if it's in the right place, it's good, but maybe you need all 5. I don't know. Can you picture the graphical outlines of each island on the large array? Can you further plot the locations of the fire marble domes on different island shapes? You should have worked out the geography of each dome back on Plateau Island. You may need to return to Plateau Island and study the maps in the map room again, paying particular attention to where each fire marble dome is located. The puzzle provides you with 6 colored marbles. You only need 5. There's 1 extra. Which might it be? Well, crap. That's the problem, is I don't know. because I don't know the fifth color. You know? And I know for a fact one of the things is purple, so... Yeah. Okay. Alright. Try placing each of the 5 colored marbles in the appropriate holes. When you think you have it right, go back down the passageway to the switch on the wall. Press the switch, something resembling an enormous press will come down and cover the marble array. When a white button appears under the switch, click it? Oh, come on. Okay, well, so maybe I had it. Because I noticed the white thing, and I was just like... 1B1. Oh. Okay. If you ever... See, I assumed that would be enough. I didn't think... I mean, this... I mean, this is silly, but I assumed this was not a button. Because it's like, this is in the... It's underneath the lever. It doesn't... Is that... Did that work? It sounds like things changed. I would say that probably worked. Tip, if you have the right colored marbles in the correct places, a huge explosion, a rush of air and power will fill the passageway, tugging at dangling cables and other loose parts. If you have it wrong, nothing will happen. Try going back to the marble array, setting up another pattern. When you have the right combination and hear and see that rush of wind, you have successfully provided power to all the linking books. You can go to any Fire Marble Dome now, access its linking book, travel to Gehn's Hideaway Age. Okay, well, I read the first thing about Gehn's world, like a strange red pyramid or something. Because my brain, I'm like, I look down and my brain's like, like I just read it quickly. So, all right, let's go back. I try not to, but yeah, that's why I'm glad. I wish it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. Part of me is like, I wish it wasn't spoiling the surprise a little bit, but at the same time, it's like I appreciate the fact that it's describing this stuff because it puts it out there, right? It contextualizes some of the things. So I saw... I'm always curious about different games and recommendations and stuff like that. And of course, you know, you guys, any recommendations you have, let me know. I try to get to them eventually. You know, hopefully, I don't know, hopefully I like them. That's kind of the goal. And even one day, the games that I don't like, I'm trying to look at my own, you know, some of it's my own personal issues. But anyway, like I'll try and get to the games eventually. I have gotten to some of them. It's just, it takes me a long time. And I have to be in the right mood. That's, I think, the most important thing. But yeah, there's this game, excuse me. I haven't played, I've seen it mentioned, and Chance of Sonar. Not chance as in, like, probabilities, but chance as in, like, Gregorian chants, like chanting. And apparently it's a game kind of like this, where you have to translate a language, basically. Or even multiple languages. Which I have no idea if that would even be good or not. Um, I don't know if it would be done properly or not. Okay, so what was it again? 20. Here we go. 17. I think that's 17, yeah. 13. It's 12. 13. 12. 2? Did I screw it up? I must have. Okay. So 20. 20's right here. Oh, yeah, that was 3, because it's already at 1. My bad. Okay. 17. 13. 12. 2. There we go. Alright. So I wonder if we're ever going to go to that 5th island, or if it's just mentioned. And it kind of shows you there's like a giant, like a destroyed great tree. Ah. Oh yeah, okay, that's impressive. So Gehn's worlds never last, huh? I saw a building on top of one of those things. Oh, maybe that's what we're seeing. Yep. Okay. And it does appear to have 5 things. Okay, here we go. I was like, we gotta get to the loop at some point. So, alright, let's do this. And we're in a cage, of course. I expected as much. But we can look around. Okay. Interesting. That appears to be... Oh, are all of these books? Wait, hang on. Are we rotating in 5 directions here? Yes. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to 1. Okay, cool. Well. I see. Yep, and this island, which is jungle, I think? Oh, but it's not powered. Alright, well. Oh, what happened? There's Gehn. Or no, 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 no. No, it probably is Gehn, but... Yep, because he's carrying a scepter or something.
I apologize for the cage. I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gehn. I assume you've heard of me. Yes. Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris. It's just that, well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was. Yes. I even tried to kill him once. God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions. That was 30 years ago. 30 years, 30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed. To be sure, the deeds of my past can never be completely atoned for, but my mission was an honorable one.
The pipe.
I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer. Atris's choice of punishment has been hard on the people of Riven, and many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it appears that the Fifth Age has entered its final days. Unless the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish. It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in... Well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. And as far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people. I must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions. Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atris desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state.
Interesting.
Which brings me to the point of all of this. The linking book you brought with you. You're very fortunate to have recovered it. If I may. Thank you.
I'm sure he's gonna know. He's gonna figure it out. I don't know what he's looking for, but... he's tempted, but...
Perhaps it would be best if you went through first.
Well, I'm not gonna touch it. You can, I suppose.
You may need some time to decide. That is reasonable. Until then, as a token of my good intentions, I will allow you free access to my linking books, cruel though they may be, and to the rest of the Fifth Age. Please understand, there is nothing I want more than a chance to resolve matters between Atris and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. But unless you are willing to demonstrate to me that your intentions are honorable, I cannot risk it. The sanctuary I've been writing for the Islanders is nearly complete. After all these years, it would be a shame if I were unable to finish it. The work I am doing is quite demanding. Please don't signal me unless you've decided to use the book. The switch will reset itself once you link from here.
Interesting. The switch. Okay, well, we definitely have to try that then. The switch will reset itself once you link from here. Well, let's save real fast. Okay. Did I save on this one? Save on a different... We have multiple saves. It's cool. Okay, so let's talk about that first. Okay, you can't reach that. Can you hit? No. The switch. So you have to leave. You have to leave and then come back, and then you could do something. But see, this is so. My first thought was it was interesting, right? So there's a lot of things. One is that dude was that was a good performance, I think, as far as the actor goes, because that was like a full, basically a full monologue, where although you know the changes, right, were cuts, I assume, right? That way you know you don't have to do like a full 15-minute monologue and get it right, get it perfect every time. You can do a 7-minute one and then cut in another 7 minutes or whatever. So I thought that was good. I thought it was good, and I thought he did a good job, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that in the first Mist you were basically you found the two books. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, but you found the red book and the blue book, and it was Atris' sons, and it's not Gehn, it's Gehn. Is that what he said? Gehn is his name. And so the two sons were like, no, he's the bad one. No, he's the bad one. They were both arguing. The thing is, they were both bad. It was a false choice. And now we meet Gehn, and he basically tells you, he's like, yeah, I've been trapped here for 30 years, and I was a monster. He's like, I deserved it, but I've changed, and I don't necessarily believe him. People don't change. People can change, but they typically don't. So it's entirely possible that he did. However, you look at the clues, like he executes people. He, well, I mean, I guess he executed the moiety. He's saying Catherine is crazy. And he's basically like, don't signal me unless you want to use the book. He's like, I have to be able to trust you first. You may have suspicions. If you can find my prison, you will need the combination to release me. Keeps it in his office, which I assume is where we're at right now, the actual office. Then we're signal Atris. Although here's the other thing, like if this dude was, if he's still that evil, he would obviously want to, the way to correctly persuade you to, you know, for him to not be, I mean, he may have changed, but he also might be lying, right? And so he's like, oh yeah, you know, Atris, you know, I tried to kill him. Like, oh, I regret that. That was dumb. That was dumb, right? So, presumably we have to open the bars, but I don't know how to do that. I doubt you, I mean, that's what's, I doubt you do it from here. I assume clicking that signals him, and then I do want to go into the book and see, right? So let's do that. It just probably doesn't matter. Let's just pick one of these. Just, oh, hang on. There's 5 books. That's what we have to do. Oh, there's the dome. But, I mean, it doesn't matter now. And which one? Yeah, it looks like the eye with the dot. Okay, let's not go there yet. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But that, yeah, that's exactly why. I'm like, what are we doing here? Okay. And this is which one? The crater? No, temple. Okay, here you are. So what we're gonna do... Right. We'll go back here, we'll signal him, and then we'll get the bad ending again. I mean, it's entirely possible that Catherine is actually crazy. I doubt it. I mean, it would make... I doubt Atris is bad. It would make more sense for Gehn to still be evil. That's just, you know, it's fine to put doubt in it. Switch will reset. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of love their performances. I don't know. I really don't know how the new one would stack up. You know what I mean? There's just something really charming about this. I assume... Let's save. We'll save over this one, that's fine. Let's see what happens. Ah, so you've decided to prove it to me. Now the question is, so we're gonna go in there and we're gonna be trapped, and he's like, his response should be interesting.
I'm relieved you've returned. I thought perhaps you had decided against it. Here, I shall follow you directly.
Presumably if you wait, he takes it back or whatever. Let's see what happens. Wait. Is that actually how you do that? He's like, oh, okay, you... Alright, well, let me go in. Wow. Can we still go to these books? Or is there... Let's try this. Okay. That's cool. That's good to know. Where... Is that the linking book? I don't think so. Where is the... Oh, I have it in my inventory. Okay, well you can't see him though. So he must actually be in there. What happens if I click on it again? That's the question. Okay, so let's first, let's save. We'll save on this one, right? And right, okay, that's fine. What happens if I do it again? What happens? Because he's stuck in there now. You can't see what's going on, right? Because it does look like a normal linking book.
I don't know exactly why you released me, but you realize, of course, that this must be the end for you. I can't take the chance that you will change your mind again. It may provide you with some solace, however, to know that with this act of self-sacrifice, you have secured your place in history. The Dunny culture will be reborn, and the lives of millions will be purified. Thanks to you. Farewell.
Interesting. The lives of millions will be purified, right? So he's not... You know, and I do appreciate that they did another video for each of those little things. Right? Even summoning him again and him coming back in. I wonder if there's more of those, right? Like if you hadn't gone into the book. And I mean, hell, going into the book is taking like a huge risk anyway. John Keston, yeah. Live action film by PVR San Francisco. Yep. Yep. That was... Denis background model. Strange. But yeah, it's entirely possible. I don't know if we're ever going to get more character development out of him, Um, but what he said about Catherine might be true to him, right? Where Gehn might actually believe himself to be a god of sorts. You know, or at least he doesn't view himself as a villain, right? He views himself as justified in his actions. He's like, you know, the Denis culture will be reborn. It's a bit anticlimactic that was how that worked. You know what I mean? Like you, because I just assumed that that me being in there, he'd be able to see me, but it just looks like a regular linking book. Interesting. Well, I assume he was a villain. I'd honestly like to know more, but I don't think we're gonna get that. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we're not going to start the save game anymore, but... Alright, guys, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. Okay, so let's see what we did today. We... I think we... Did all we... Was all we did... Oh, we... Okay, so we tried messing with the... fire marble domes. I think we basically found the correct combination, but they were unpowered. We reevaluated our stuff. It was unpowered though. Then we were able to solve the fire marble puzzle. I mean, yeah, call me silly, but the white thing I didn't even think to push. Just it to me that doesn't make logistical sense, right? It's like you slide the switch down, and yeah, of course, if it's connecting on the side, then yeah, there could be something underneath, but it's like you're moving the thing. There shouldn't be another switch. It shouldn't be a switch behind the switch. You know what I mean? Like that's to me that's weird. But it's also, I guess, the whole door behind the door thing. So whatever. Did that, got into the book, or got into Gehn's world. I'm probably still pronouncing it wrong, but and then what was it? Trapped him, and oh, the whole thing was just his whole performance, right? Which was great. And even when we did release him, he wasn't like, "Hey, I don't know why you did that, but you know, He wasn't like, "I will find a way to release you." He was like, "I don't know why you did that, but your sacrifice will not be in vain." You know what I mean? So obviously, he's not a good guy, and that's kind of the thing. He might regret his actions of the past, but he's still the person he was. You know, he's still not necessarily a monster, but you know, the ends justify the means. You know, so yeah. What is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, I'm gonna go with, yeah, getting the roof replaced. I mean, I realize it was a yesterday thing, but having it done finally is, you know, at least I know the roof is probably good. You never know for sure. That's the problem, but should be good. That's all. Yeah. Anyway, that's my unique puzzle moment. Hopefully your guys just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. Hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.